They say Israel just took out the Houthi prime minister. Reports swirl. An airstrike in Sana'a, top ministers hit, maybe even the defense chief gone. But denial fires back from Yemen. Lies, civilian slaughter, Zionist aggression. Who's dead? Who's alive? And has Israel truly decapitated Iran's proxy in Yemen? The prime minister of the Iran-backed Houthi rebel group in Yemen was reportedly killed during Israel's airstrikes on August 28th in the capital city of Sana'a. Yemen's al-Ghamari channel and the Aden al-Ghad newspaper reported that Houthi Prime Minister Ahmed al-Rahawi was killed in an Israeli attack on an apartment, with the latter reporting that several of his companions were killed as well. It appeared from the reports to have been a separate strike from the one yesterday that was said to have targeted 10 senior Houthi ministers, including the defense minister, as they gathered in a location outside of Sana'a to hear a planned speech by the group's leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi. The outcome of that strike has yet to be fully determined, although political sources cited Thursday by Israel's Channel 13 News claimed that the direction of the assessments is positive. It seems the attack succeeded. And Ynet reported that the assessment that the entire military and governmental elite of the Houthis was eliminated in the attack is growing. The Israeli Air Force on August 28th carried out a targeted strike seemingly aimed at wiping out the military and political leadership of the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen, in what Hebrew media outlets said was its most dramatic strike in the country yet. The strike was first reported by the Houthi-run Al Masirah TV and then confirmed by Defense Minister Israel Katz and the Israel Defense Forces, though they did not confirm the targets. According to multiple media reports in Israel that cited unnamed security officials, Israeli intelligence learned that 10 Houthi ministers, including the defense minister and other senior officials, were gathering outside Sana'a to hear a planned speech by the group's leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi. The Israeli Air Force then launched a strike targeting the meeting. Reports said Israeli intelligence provided real-time details of the gathering, enabling the strike, which was carried out despite heavy air defenses in the area, adding that as al-Houthi delivered his address, Israel reportedly monitored it to see whether he realized senior officials were being targeted, and he gave no indication of being aware. The defense minister, Mohammed Nasser al-Attafi, has been in his role since 2016 and is considered the senior-most official in the organization's military establishment, according to Channel 12. He was said to have established a close relationship with Iran's Revolutionary Guards and with Hezbollah, and to be directly involved in operations against Israel. Residents of the Houthi-controlled capital told Reuters that the attacks struck an area near the presidential complex and a building in southern Sana'a. However, it was also not clear which members of the Houthi leadership were present, or if the group's chief of staff, Mohammed al-Ghamari, was in attendance. Katz's office said that along with IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir and senior commanders, he had coordinated with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu before authorizing the operation. In a statement confirming an attack without details, the IDF accused the Houthis of acting aggressively since the start of the war with Hamas in Gaza, aiming to harm Israel and its allies, destabilize the regional order, and disrupt global maritime freedom. However, Yemen's Houthis denied Israeli media claims that an Israeli airstrike targeted a meeting of senior officials in the capital Sana'a.
Reports of leaders being targeted in Sana'a during today's Zionist aggression on the capital are false. What is happening is the targeting of civilian objects and the targeting of the entire Yemeni people because of their support for Gaza, which is being subjected to genocide and starvation in full view of the world.
Field Marshal Mahdi al-Mashat, president of the Supreme Political Council, later said in a statement that Yemen's long arm will teach Israel the necessary lesson. Israel has entered into a challenge with a people whose struggle you are not equal to. Some reports said al-Attafi and Chief of General Staff Major General Muhammad Abdul-Karim al-Ghamari are both believed to have been killed in airstrikes by the Israeli Air Force against the Yemeni capital of Sana'a in Houthi-controlled western Yemen. Israel has tried to eliminate both al-Attafi and al-Ghamari several times before, most recently during the 12-day war with Iran. August 28th strikes marked the 16th time that Israel has attacked the Iran-backed rebel group in Yemen, located some 1,800 kilometers. The Houthis, whose slogan calls for death to America, death to Israel, and a curse on the Jews, began attacking Israel and maritime traffic in November 2023, a month after the October 7th Hamas massacre in southern Israel. The Houthis held their fire when a ceasefire was reached between Israel and Hamas in January 2025. By that point, they had launched over 40 ballistic missiles and dozens of attack drones and cruise missiles at Israel, including one that killed a civilian and wounded several others in Tel Aviv in July, prompting Israel's first strike in Yemen. Since March 18th, when the IDF resumed its offensive against Hamas in the Gaza Strip, the Houthis in Yemen have launched 72 ballistic missiles and at least 23 drones at Israel. Several missiles have fallen short. In response to the Houthi attacks, Israel and a United States-led coalition bombarded rebel-held areas in Yemen, including Sana'a and the strategic coastal city of Hodeidah. Israeli strikes knocked the Sana'a airport out of service in May. US President Donald Trump's administration in May announced a deal with Houthi to end the airstrikes in return for an end to attacks on shipping. The rebel group, however, said the agreement did not include halting attacks on targets it believed were aligned with Israel.